Welcome into TFW Live, the best kept secret in fantasy football, where we keep that week one feeling going all year long. This is episode 339, where we're going to be giving you all the lineup advice you need to dominate your week 7 matchups. I'm Big Travie, and I'm joined here by producer Donnie in the house. Donnie Tubbs decked out in his 12th man gear, ready for those Seahawks to take on the Chargers. But before we jump into your questions, I want to let you know that support for TFW Live is brought to you by our patrons. Our community from patreon.com/the Fantasy Whispers have supported us throughout our brand's existence. And this month, as we will do every month going forward, we are giving away an amazing prize. This month, we are giving away a signed David Njoku mini helmet that my boy Donnie's got right there. I think he's got it. He's going to pop it up on the screen here. And that's right. This year's late round tight end, David Njoku, I think he's tight end 6 right now. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Donnie. But it's a signed one, former first-round pick, Cleveland Browns, an athletic freak who just got paid. And now you could have his signed mini helmet right there with you if you go to patreon.com/the Fantasy Whispers. Also want to give a huge shout-out to those that support the show through a monthly subscription, including our guy Donnie here and our guy Jersey J in the chat. But the rest of them, we got to shout them out right here. We've got Brett Zabo, John Credit, Eric Lorenzen, Donnie Tubbs, Jersey J, Pizza Belly, Hanimal, Nick, Kevin Davey, Don Caples, Bailey Ziegler, and Gus Ramos. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. And if you want to join that growing list of YouTube members, click join next to the video right now.
Right now.
Donnie, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I just checked. He is tight end 7 in PPR.
Tight end 7. So I was off by a day. We did have the Thursday game. So, maybe Taysom Hill adjusted that, or I don't know. But anyways, he did sneak in for a touchdown. Guys, if you want to join this awesome community for free right here, we've got a beautiful community. We've got a free Discord. We've got the YouTube channel. Hit subscribe on the YouTube button right now, on the YouTube button on the algorithm. Hit it up. And we just want to get one more subscriber on this stream. Just one more. It could be you. Donnie, what are we looking forward to? I've got all these questions coming in. We are going to answer them all. And remember, if you guys want an immediate answer, hit that super chat. We are the hoe for the dough, as my man Austin likes to say. We will immediately answer that question if you get the super chat in, plus get you that whisper woo. But, Donnie, what are we looking forward to? Week 7 here. We're creeping up on halfway through the fantasy season.
Man. I waited all year for the fantasy season to be here, and I feel like these 7 weeks have gone by so fast. I just want a good day. I think I say this every week, but I think Thursday was the first time it was an exciting Thursday game this week, and I hope that carries on to Sunday, and I just want to see a ton of great fantasy football scoring.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's what we want to see. We've seen a down year through 6 weeks. It is the lowest since 2013, I believe. I looked at. So it's been a down year. We've seen running back be kind of weird, not be as consistent as we'd like, and we've seen wide receiver pop off. But let's get into it. We got a bunch of people in here. Thank you so much for joining us. Sleek is in the chat here. He says, "Good morning and happy Sunday." Happy Sunday, Sleek. Full point PPR start to Brian Robinson, Alec Pierce, Jamal Williams, or Damian Harris.
Ooh.
I'm going to go personally, and I'll let you follow this up, Donnie, if you have any qualms with it. But I like Alec Pierce. He's been heating up lately. We've seen the Tennessee is just a sieve to the wide receiver position. So I think Indy's going to do what they did last week and throw some more again this week, although they do get Jonathan Taylor back. And then Jamal Williams with Swift out would be the one for me. Damian Harris got a full practice. He's going to be playing Monday night. So Ramondre Stevenson no longer just the sole back. But I don't like him or Robinson in their particular situations. How about you?
Yeah, I would choose the same too, I believe. Robinson intrigues me just because he just keeps getting the load of the carry since he's been back from getting shot in the leg.
Right.
5-week recovery, ridiculous. But I think I would still go Alec Pierce, Jamal Williams, especially with Swift out. Even with Swift, if Swift was playing, which I don't believe, was it announced?
No, he's inactive. Yeah, he's
even
inactive.
If he was playing, I still might have Jamal Williams just because of the touchdown potential.
Yeah, there is the touchdown upside, and he, back before their bye, I think he was leading the league in running back touchdowns. So that's something to get rocking with here. All right. Jersey J says week 7 ouch is Swift not playing. Bateman unsure. I believe Bateman is going to be active for this game. I believe I just got that notification trying to look at my phone over here and do the stream at the same time.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to end up being like a chameleon and looking two different ways here. Rideris Chambers says, I hope I'm not butchering your name here. Damian Harris or Travis Etienne, half-point PPR. Travis Etienne, to me, is the play here. He's been slowly getting better and better. I put him in the article. Donnie, you helped me get some of the research for that and showed, like, we haven't even seen him do what he was supposed to be doing, which is the receiving work, right?
Exactly. I think he's had 3 targets the last couple weeks. They need to keep throwing him the ball and see that potential going. He's shown his potential in the run game. He had 80 yards on like 10 carries last week,
and he's been like their short down and distance guy, and actually done well over James Robinson. So
I like it. And also Ramondre has shown that he's the man in New England. Belichick is so weird with his running backs. So I don't think he fucking cares, but I would still go ETN this week. And the guys are saying in the chat, my mic is low. Is it a better? I adjusted one thing, so just let me know.
Let me see if your mic volume in here got messed with. Oh, yep. And you're all the way up there, so you should be good now.
All right, cool.
All right. Donnie Brett says, morning, guys. Would you roll with CMC or Mostert today? I'm starting CMC. Even on the limited work, all the reports have said that his limited package, first of all, limited pack, is going to be in the red zone. So you want him to be scoring touchdowns. This is, I think, honestly, that's kind of going to be the story of CMC. I think he won't get as much volume, I bet, in San Francisco, but it will be a better offense, and it will be an offense that could potentially score more touchdowns, or score more touchdowns than Carolina. But this week, I'm rolling him over Mostert, although Mostert not in a terrible matchup at all.
Agreed.
Don Sweet and Salty says, sup, boys, tailgating outside TIAA Bank. At the game. Enjoy. That should be a lot of fun. Jersey J says, if you are in my shoes and Swift isn't playing and Bateman sits, would you play Wan'Dale, Algier, or Rashad White in full point PPR, and why? Well, Bateman's going to play. So I guess I want to ask you here, because I'm fading Algier and Rashad White in this situation. But Wan'Dale is interesting. Would you go Bateman coming back off injury or Wan'Dale? And we got to project, basically. We got to hope that he gets more work.
I'm still rolling Bateman, probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think you and Johnny in the chat before. Johnny was in here, our guy, talking with us behind the scenes before we started, and I think you guys were saying you're really excited about Wan'Dale this week, though.
Yeah, well, I'm just excited about Wan'Dale in general. I don't know if it actually materializes this week. Wan'Dale was one of my favorite stashes this week, but again, that's a stash. Like it's hard for me to roll Wan'Dale out when he only saw 16% of snaps. Something low like that. And I know that was because they've been ramping him up from the injury. And I know Dable was in the media saying, like, hey, we want to get him more involved. We want to ramp him up. And he's got the upside to be what we wanted Tony to be, I think, like the lead target getter in this offense. I want to see it first. And at least with Bateman, I've seen big playability in this offense. I've seen them get him involved. So I'd be rolling with Bateman. And if Bateman's out for some reason or you don't feel like it, I would go with Wan'Dale of the 3 you've got there.
Yeah, and Bateman's versus the Browns, who I think are bottom 10 in the league for wide receivers.
The Browns offense, the Browns defense, has just been like, what is going on? They have all that talent. I think they've been banged up too, but
yeah.
Kalia Jones says, I have McCaffrey and Jeff Wilson. Do I start both in standard? Ooh, man. We did see a situation against Carolina 2 weeks ago where Wilson and Coleman basically combined for 3 touchdowns. I don't know if that's the type of game we're in. Jeff Wilson can be a pass catcher, but I don't think he's going to be as much in this game. I think you're going to see CMC be used in this is against KC. Do you really want to put Jeff Wilson in this game? I think that'd be the guy I'd be fading. I guess it's on your other options, right, Donnie?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Kansas City is a great defense to go against. I think they're top 10 allowing fantasy points for every single position. So I would be comfortable starting both, but I would really, I don't know who else is on your roster, but
yeah,
if I had to
get back to us, Kalia, if you've got some other options behind Wilson, I definitely want to go McCaffrey, but it's probably not terrible as Donnie's saying to do this, depending on your other options. It is Bipocalypse that we're dealing with right now. Yeah. Nashco says Lockett or ETN in the flex. Okay, Donnie, I'm going to pass this one to you because you are our resident Seahawks fan. We have a situation with Lockett not practicing at all this week, but basically Pete Carroll said that was by design. We're trying to rest him to get him ready. It is a hamstring. They're tricky. If you got him, are you locking him into your lineups?
Let's see here. I want to say yes, but that hammy. Anytime I read hamstring on an injury report, it scares the living shit out of me. Because those things take forever to heal, and if people play on them, they're just like not the same person. Lockett's a beast, but I'm really excited for ETN, especially this week in the passing game. Hopefully, they give him the target. So I'd roll ETN this week.
Awesome. I'm with you on there. Jersey J. Sam Bateman's playing. We got that update just a little bit ago. Andre Silva saying start 2 in the flex, half-point PPR. We got Najee, Mike Williams. I'm guessing Waddle, Jamal Williams. Start Pitts or Schultz. Okay, so we got the 2. We got to start 2 in the flex. We got Najee, Mike Williams, Waddle, and Jamal Williams.
Oh.
Well, I'm going Waddle.
Yeah, for sure, Waddle.
And it would be between Mike Williams or Jamal Williams here. What do you think about Mike Williams versus your guys' secondary? We're going to have Josh Palmer out. We're going to have Keenan Allen might be trending in the right direction, but I can't imagine they play him, right? They should rest. Their bye is next week.
I don't know. Everything I saw that said that he was going to play, but it'd probably be limited.
Yeah.
Mike Will excites me, but looking at the fantasy football points allowed per game for the Seahawks, we're actually pretty good against the wide receivers. We're 26th.
Because it's like a run funnel.
I feel like exactly. The running game and the tight ends are just destroying us.
But we got Mike Williams in that touchdown potential, right? So okay, so I guess who would it be between? It's Jamal Williams and Mike Williams. Which of the Williams brothers here are we rocking in that second flex for Andre?
Man,
because Dallas's defense is pretty tough against the run, but I feel like Jamal always they're both kind of always a threat. I'm going to go with the upside of that Chargers Seahawks game.
Yeah,
personally, I'm going to say Mike Williams. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
I think everyone I've seen on in the fantasy football world is saying that Herbert is going to be the number 1 quarterback this week in fantasy football because he needs a bounce back. He's versus the Seahawks defense, and if they're correct, Mike Will is going to get 3 touchdowns. I would roll with the upside of Mike Williams.
Donnie, we got this update. Just came in. Sleeper, underdog, my fantasy life, all of them. Chuba Hubbard officially listed as the starting running back for the Carolina Panthers, dude. I just think it's funny. Everybody ran to get Foreman, and then Chuba Hubbard was the second added, and I was just kind of like, go get him.
Yeah,
I don't really want that.
I'm an Oklahoma Sooners fan, and Chuba Hubbard destroyed us at Oklahoma State. He would every time we played Oklahoma State. He looked so fast on the field. It hasn't really registered in the NFL yet, but he excites me a lot more than Dante, so I think it's a right choice. But I would not start him this week.
You excite me, dude.
Thank you, man.
You excite me. Kalia says non-PPR pick 2. Cortland Sutton, Deontay Johnson, Drake London, and Michael Gallup. Oh, man, this is tough. This is really tough. So I like Gallup. Honestly, I like Gallup here. What do we think about Drake London against those corners in Tampa Bay, right? Is that who they're playing? No. Atlanta is playing Cincinnati. Maybe Drake London here? They're going to have to throw, I would imagine, against the Bengals. Gallup in London. Because Sutton with Rippin, I'm not really, especially with Sauce Gardner lurking.
What do we feel about Rippin this week? Are you starting him anywhere?
No, I had a choice. Not.
In my 20-man dynasty league, I had a choice. Russell Wilson was out. I had to pick up Rypien or PJ Walker.
Man.
I chose Walker, but it was rough.
But I think that's where I might go Rypien just because last week scared the shit out of me. PJ Walker with a negative ADOT last week.
Yeah, but
didn't have a single pass past the line of scrimmage.
The Jets corners are both top 10.
Yeah, they are good.
Scoring. They're both just great.
It's going to be a Melvin Gordon game, I hope.
Yeah.
So check this out. In League of Record, nobody wants to hear about my fantasy team, but I luckily got rid of CEH and Jeff Wilson in the same week, right before we had CH getting benched for Pacheco. Source? I don't know, dude. I just feel good because I'm already 1-5. Could you imagine sitting with those 2 grenades on my roster too?
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty excited about that. Donnie, did we get the mic fixed, everybody? Let us know in the comments here. Okay, Big Sam. Did we answer this? We did not answer this.
London and Gallup.
London and Gallup. We like that. Okay.
Agree, yeah.
Thanks, Kalia. Sorry about that. We kind of went down the rabbit hole there. Big Sam 38 says Gus Edwards or Rachaad White in PPR. So here's my theory on this. I don't think I could start Gus in PPR because they're not going to use him at all in the passing game, right? They're going to use Justice Hill, who's active.
Man. You don't know.
I love Gus. I picked him up everywhere, but I'm saying
Yeah, I did too.
Carolina's team implied total right now is 13. The Buccaneers are going to beat the brakes off of
They're
this,
going to destroy them.
which means I think Fournette could actually get pulled a little bit in this game, or at least
Hopefully.
spelled more, because Rachaad White
Yeah.
would get more work. So that's why I'm leaning Rachaad White. Plus, he's already a pass catching specialist, so I think he could boost your floor in PPR. What do you think about that?
They'll be up. I think they'll be up 24.
Because we're gonna have Drake. We're gonna have Drake, Justice Hill, and Gus Edwards all active for the Ravens today. That scares me about Gus. Like, I wouldn't be running to start him this week.
Yeah,
but I think
I'd hold weight.
Yeah, he's definitely a hold because they love him over there, and he's.
I think he'd become the most valuable running back.
Yeah, while Dobbins is out. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Flex PPR Sutton or Romeo Dubs. I think I'd go Sutton here still, even though the matchup is really good against Washington. I can't trust the Packers. Maybe I'm just being negative towards my pack, but I think Sutton is the alpha in this offense, and Romeo Dubs is just too inconsistent for me to lean on. I would go with Sutton personally.
I don't know. Dubs had 8 targets, 5 targets, and 9 targets. Sutton has Ripien throwing to him.
Right, but remember that Sutton, even before Russell Wilson and before Teddy Bridgewater, he used to do this with Drew Lock, with Brock Osweiler. Like he used to just do this with shitty quarterbacks. I mean, he's a good enough talent for me.
Did you see that throw in practice he had in the offseason? We were like, bloop, 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 into the floor.
Dude. Yeah, it was looking like, dude, Geno Smith wasn't looking good in the offseason. Now he's a god, dude. Thanks. The Brett Rippin era has begun, dude.
I don't know. I'm opposite of you. I'd go Dubs with the targets for sure.
All right, fair enough. Bley D214. Start 2. Judy, Reynolds, Damian Harris, DeMonte, I don't know if that made that up. Bulletproof B-Rob or ETN. So I'm starting ETN here.
B-Rob. I love that.
And then B-Rob, would you go that?
No, I just love the name. Love the name.
ETN's the number one start out of here. Would you then go maybe Damian Harris? Heavy favorites against the Bears?
Oh, that scares me, man. All these
I know you're in on Ramondre because you got him off me in the listener league, but look,
I don't know his brain. The coach's brain, man, is so weird.
Well, I think we know that they'll split. So,
yeah,
I think we'll know they're split. My thing is because they're heavy favorites, we should see more work out of the running game to close this game out. I mean, we're going to see a lot of work out of that running game regardless. That's what they do.
Yeah, I think Reynolds excites me a little bit. Chark went out in the IR, and they're versing that defense, which is great, but they also give up big plays. So Reynolds could have just one big play, and that would solidify a 10-plus point game for him. But if you want to do the safe play, it would be Harris and ETN.
Is this Josh Reynolds or Craig Reynolds? Because I got asked about Craig Reynolds this morning too.
I think it's. Oh, I don't know. I didn't even consider.
If it's Craig Josh Reynolds, I'm with you. I'd go ETN and Josh Reynolds. But the problem is that Amon-Ra St. Brown's back. So, but Swift is out, so that's good. So I'd go. I would go. I think I'm with you. ETN, and if it's Josh Reynolds, then Reynolds. But if it's Craig Reynolds, I'm going Damian Harris.
Agreed.
Yeah. ETN or Bateman? I'm going ETN here.
I love all the ETN
guys.
People are all off season.
ETN was a big start for me this week, as we talked about in the article. I'm pretty sure. Did you put it on the TikTok this week too, Donnie? I mean, that's the guy we're in on.
Yeah. I didn't do the TikTok this week. I was doing wedding stuff and PFF stuff.
Oh yeah,
got a little behind.
Just fucking grinding, dude.
I'm getting married in less than a month, so a shitload of stuff to do.
My God, love it.
But ETN was a start of the week. I've been pounding the table on ETN all off season. If you ask me to start ETN every week, I'm probably going to answer ETN just because I'm a little biased.
Jersey J saying it's too cute. I love Wandale, but yeah, Travi is right. Going to wait and see. If he goes off on my bench, I'm happy. Exactly. I think that's the point with Wandale. He is a stash for that reason. If he goes off on the bench, now like this is 2 weeks in a row. At least we've got some consistency out of the Giants wide receivers, and Wandale could really be the truth there. But I'm fine having that on my bench. Edward Zhang says, trade Kelsey and Ramondre for JT, Brees, and Njoku. Yes, smash. Absolutely do this deal. You would get Jonathan Taylor and Brees Hall. That is a league-winning combo in most leagues. I would be doing that. And you get Njoku for the bringback. Absolutely. Get that signed helmet, too, by going to patreon.com/The Fantasy Whispers and signing up before this month ends. We're giving that bad boy away right there. Okay, Kalia is coming back to us about the CMC. Ramondre Stevenson and Rashad White. Yeah, so I'm going to go CMC and Stevenson here. Those are your two that I would start.
Even if I had to start 3, I think it would be McCaffrey, Stevenson, and White over Wilson. I think I would still choose White over Wilson.
I think that's a decent play because you're basically hoping for White to do the same thing you're hoping Wilson to do, I think, and exactly. Split time.
Against a worse defense, too. Well, Kansas City kind of bad defense, but...
Yeah. Garoppolo, Geno Smith, Jared Goff. Pick 2 in the Superflex. I'm going with Geno Smith. Then it would be between Garoppolo. I think I like Garoppolo this week. They're going to have to throw, Donnie. We talked about this defense being susceptible. And I think Jared Goff against that pass rush, even with a good defensive or offensive line in Detroit, I'm telling you, man, I have bad thoughts about Jared Goff going against this pass rush. So, because I mean, I just think I think the wheels could fall off.
Yeah, I think
I did pick the Detroit Lions to cover in a parlay yesterday. Okay. So I'm that's 6.5. I think they can lose by 3.
I think it'll be a shootout.
I hope so. I hope I get some Williams love here.
But I think Geno Smith is the safest play against that defense. And then Garoppolo, I think the Chiefs are allowing the 4th most points to quarterbacks. So, and he has a new weapon, CMC. All he needs to do is dump it off. Those 2.
Jersey Jay saying the mic is great. Thanks, Jay. Emmanuel Lucero says, hey, guys, Dak or Rodgers today? Thank you so much. I love Rodgers' matchup against Washington. I've played him as my Josh Allen replacement this week. But there is risk with that offense being slow and going run heavy because they've been dragged through the media. But Dak is coming off the thumb surgery. And, Donnie, you just watched this last year with Russ Wilson coming back from his thumb and how bad it got. Do you trust that we're going to get that good version of Dak or kind of the ho-hum version, and would you go Rodgers or Dak?
This is the week. This is the matchup for him to have in his game back. The
true.
Lions are a really bad defense. If he's 90%, 100%, he's going to rip it. I think 100%.
Like Brett Rippin?
He won't be as good as Ripien. But it would be cool.
Is it Ripien or Rippin?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
We should have learned this, dude. What kind of professionals are we here?
I've never heard it.
That is funny.
I think Rodgers is a safer play.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna go with Rodgers. I want to see Dak first. Now I have Dak in another league, but I had multiple quarterback issues. So, but I would go with Dak, or I would go with Rodgers. Sorry, that was confusing as hell. Jeff Wilson, Damian Harris, CEH, or Quadzilla for RB2 and full point PPR. Ooh, this is a tough one. We got the news that Pacheco is going to get the start over CEH this week.
Yeah.
From Ian Rappaport. We've got issues with AJ Dillon's effectiveness plus the run game getting kind of just hasn't been good. Damian Harris back from injury. Jeff Wilson with CMC just basically said hold my water.
Is it pick 2 or just for a running back 2?
For RB2. Yeah, for his RB2 slot.
I think I would do Quadzilla.
I'm going Dillon as well, too.
Yeah, I think they're going to be in the red zone. I've been hoping this the last few weeks with Dillon, and he's been just shit in the bed. But I think this is a game where he pulls through and get us some points.
What happens if the Broncos go off today? That's the question, bro. So, if the Broncos go off, I think it's going to be through the run game. I had Melvin Gordon as a start this week. I think squeaky wheel gets the oil, gets the what's the actual phrase?
No, bro.
Grease.
I think he's asking what happens if Ripien goes off today, or Rippin.
Oh, that'll be that.
Like 5 touchdowns.
Russ Wilson gets traded,
maybe to
the Carolina Panthers.
Like a 3rd round pick instead of what he was.
Mike Williams, Chris Bork come in here. Mike Williams are for Swift trade. Mm-hmm. I take the Swift side.
I take the Swift side.
Whoever gets the Swift side, yeah.
He's been hard with his injury, but just hold on.
Oh, he's been hard.
Got Swift. He's been soft.
I've been hard. I've been hard waiting for him. Yeah. Baby Santa, look at this pick, dude. My guy is rock. That is awesome. Love. Thanks for joining, Baby Santa. Says morning, fellas. Dark question. Half PPR. Start 2. Pitts, Kenyon Drake, Wandale. Ooh, man. I would probably go Kenyon Drake.
I'm going Pitts for sure.
And then Pitts is in there as well. I want to start Wandale here. I almost want to go Drake and Wandale, but Pitts, I think you got to get in there just for the upside. If you're already in a tough spot, you might as well put Pitts in there so that he can swing for the upside. You got Swift. Hell yeah. What a great deal here as Jay echoes. Injury isn't an issue. Look, I think he's really close. I think he could have played today from what I read, but they wanted to give him one more week. He got limited in all week. I bet we see either limited Wednesday and then full, or limited full, which would then give me the confidence. As long as he gets a full in by Friday, I'm feeling really good about Swift.
And Jamal's looked great, so I think they're not trying to rush it. I mean, they are 1-4, so maybe they should have rushed it, but they're hopeful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they know that Goff can go into Dallas today and really just make it happen. So I honestly would not be surprised. This seems like the Cowboys game to drop, right? The Lions 100%. Are off the bye, right? They're coming in here. They're getting a little bit healthier. And you got Dak coming back, maybe rushed back from injury. Cooper rushed back.
Maybe Cooper rushed is like, hey, man, you guys should have kept me going.
Andre Silva asking, do we start Pitts or Schultz at tight end, Donnie?
Is Schultz 100%? Is he back?
I think he's off the injury report, what I read, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if he's 100%, but they're not putting him on the – remember, this is the guy that they didn't put on the injury report, and then Sunday night he had aggravated on Saturday. Yeah, Dak does love Schultz. But we have Gallup back.
Yeah.
So, what do you think here, Pitts or Schultz? I'm assuming it's some form of PPR. I'm going Pitts, dude.
Yeah, I think I'll still go the upside with Pitts.
I think that there's an injury risk. There's an inherent injury risk here with Schultz because he aggravated it in the Philly game. So.
Yeah, and Cincinnati's not a great defense. There's been games where they let teams go off on them, so I think they need to give Pitts the ball more. I think they know that. I think Mariota is throwing less, but I think they're starting to realize they need to give their playmakers the ball. Stop throwing to Alameda Zacchaeus. Sorry, Travi, I know you're starting him in 2 places. Stop throwing to Zacchaeus. Stop throwing to Hodge.
Well, we need Zacchaeus in Dynasty this week. So, Eric Figueroa, do I start Pacheco or Mostert? This is a fucking tough question. So I'm going to give it to Donnie. I love Mostert. I think I have him as a start.
Oh, man.
I think he's in a good spot. They are Pittsburgh 7-point favorites. But there is. I guess I would ask Figueroa, Eric, here, if didn't mean to say your name like that. Eric, I would ask you if you need the points for the upside, I'd go with Pacheco. Like if you need the full-on upside, go with Pacheco. But if you're kind of even with this guy you're playing against, Mostert's got the floor for me. He's the only back that's really been getting the work. Edmonds mixed in a little bit again last week, but still in this game, I think they're going to really, they might want to protect Tua just a little bit, get the run game going, get Mostert going.
The thing that's crazy about we're starting Pacheco is that, I mean, they said they were starting CEH and he's getting 45% of the snaps.
And then he's getting out snapped by McKinnon, So that would be the KC backfield. They start Pacheco and then McKinnon out snaps them all. Yeah, I would just that would be
for the first time gets 70% snap percentage for no fucking reason.
This is the one I don't love this. It makes me feel weird inside, but there's 3 backs over there and there's really only 1 or 2 in Miami. So that's where I'm going with. Let's see. Most start, as Jersey J says here. Figured Diggs will be covering St. Brown, which helps Josh Reynolds. Well, here's the thing about Diggs. He can get picks, but he gives up yardage. So it's
I'm hoping he's against Josh Reynolds.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to dominate today, regardless of who's covering him. I mean, we just know he's that guy. But I will say, I think but how much, maybe if you, Johnny, if you can, I don't know if you can, let's look up how much slot snaps we get out of Amon-Ra this year so far. Let me go to player profile real quick. I'll look that up.
Yeah, you look it up. I'm going to talk Josh Reynolds real fast. I hope Diggs is against him because Josh Reynolds is going to do one double play. He's going to do it in and go or a slant go, and Diggs is going to bite on it and is going to be wide open for 70 yards. That's the hope. And no one else on the defense of the Cowboys jumps on plays as much as Diggs does.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown with the bye and missed time is one. He has 106 slot snaps. That's ranks 22nd. But again, with the bye and with an injured game where he missed. So I think I'm going to rock with I don't know what we're talking about here. We're not really asking a question. He's just talking about Reynolds still. They're talking about him ahead. So I guess for me, that even with the combo of all the guys you had, I'm still trusting Reynolds in that situation because like Donnie was breaking down, and we've talked about, Diggs can give up a big play or two. He's going to do that. He also makes big plays too, but he's not like a lockdown. He's not like Patrick Surtain. He's not going to like really wreck your whole day. I think you can still get you can still get it on him.
I was trying to compare him to
Pacheco saying, Jersey J saying, you were trying to find the words to describe him without being disrespectful. You called him a sexy bitch. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's like a dumb Patrick Peterson a little bit.
Why don't you just say the Walmart version of Patrick Peterson?
There you go. No, it's still dumb. Still a dumb version of Patrick Peterson. He's just like he's great, he's talented, but he's just like he jumps on the balls way too often when he shouldn't.
Eric getting some help from Jersey J says, thank you, Jay. You're welcome. I love when we play nice in the chat. That's really nice. Pacheco is too cute, says Jersey J. I agree. Let's see here. Rafi 6'9" bomb. What's up, Gronk Jr.? Says crazy this week. Pacheco, Drake, Latavius Murray, Jeff Wilson sat Eno on Thursday. Ouch.
I would have told you to sit Eno too.
Yeah, so it was not a great. So. Yeah, we saw Keontae Ingram getting in there too, man. It's ugly. But anyways, Pacheco, Drake, Latavius Murray, Jeff Wilson. So I'm going Drake out of these guys. I think that's the one I have most confident. And then I think it would be Jeff Wilson for me or Pacheco. Actually, I take that back. It'd be Pacheco. I'm going Pacheco and Drake.
That's what I was going to say. Drake, Pacheco, you go floor and upside together.
Yeah, I think that's the correct way to do it. I had Swift, but he also is starting Eckler. But he's out, also starting Eckler. This is Eric.
Swift.
Who was Eric talking about? Pacheco and I forget. Hopefully
my brain is
that worked. Yeah, we got too many things going on. Braden Smith here. I need some help. My team is in shambles because of buys. Am I okay to start Olamide Zaccheaus? Yes.
Right there.
Yes. Look, I'm in a half PPR dynasty league where all my wide receivers are on bye, so I got to start Olamide there. In our listener league where you get points for first down, you get points for PPR. He has actually been killing it. He's been a solid floor of like 7 points in that league, so I've been putting him in there. But that's a quad flex league. It's always about who else you could go with. If guys like Robert Woods are on the waiver or guys like Wandale or these spot starts, I'd take them over Olamide Zaccheaus because I think he's got limited upside. I mean, how much did Mariota actually throw last game? Like 9 passing attempts, something stupid like that. It was ridiculous.
I don't know.
But I think if you look at Olamide Zaccheaus, he's got like 2 catches every game, but they're like for 50 yards. So he is their play action kind of like deep threat guy. So I think that will help you. But again, it always depends on who you'd be starting.
Yeah, it's hard to say who we don't know who's available in your league, but I wouldn't be too upset if I had to start him.
Also, choose 3: Ramondre Stevenson, Dameon Pierce, Ken Walker, Saquon Barkley. Saquon, Kenneth Walker, and Dameon Pierce. That's who I'm going with. Love Ramondre, but he's got Damian Harris back in the lineup. All these other guys are workhorses. That's really what it is for me.
Yeah, versus the Raiders too. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be so hard to bench Ramondre, man.
You need to be
doing it.
You should try to package maybe Ramondre and Dameon Pierce for something juicy. Maybe a better wide receiver or a Breece Hall. Would somebody give you Breece Hall for those two? If that team's struggling, I don't know if they are, but be a good one. Scott says, do I put Pacheco in for Gage and gamble that Allen plays, or wait and put him in for Allen if he doesn't play, or play Pacheco over Allen regardless? Oh, the Allen stuff is tough. Is Gage not playing at the same time as Allen? Because Gage could be your backup. I'd be playing Pacheco here, Scott. That would be my guess. And then what time does Tampa Bay play? Because I bet you the Chargers are playing the late game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're at 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. What do you think here? Do you think you're rolling with Allen and then maybe spot starting somebody else? Because I'll be honest, Scott, you could probably drop Gage. This must be in Listener League, though. I don't know if you could drop Gage in Listener League. I don't know if you'd want to. But you may be able to spot start somebody else. If it's not Listener League. If it's Listener League, though, there's nothing out there on the waiver.
Yeah, well, if it's not the Listener League, drop Gage for someone else playing at 125 and play Pacheco and then roll
hope
that.
I think
Allen will play. I think he will play. I don't know.
Did you just
everything's been positive this week?
Yeah, I mean it has been, but the buy is right there. But these are the Chargers. So,
yeah, I mean, and they've been struggling, and they need a boost. Like what happens if they go 4-3 and they lose to the Seahawks?
Right.
And everyone, and the Seahawks are 4-3. Like they'll be rough, and they'll be like, why didn't we start Allen?
Right, that's true. So. It's true. Yeah, that would be our suggestion there. If you can only do those three, I think, because Pacheco's in the late window. So I would go, isn't he? Engage in the early one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Franz, need a flex full point PPR, ETN, London, or Bateman. Thanks, guys. You're welcome, Franz. We've got ETN, London, or Bateman. I'm going ETN, full point PPR here. I just think we're smashing ETN. There's not many situations. I got to think for me right now, ETN somewhere in the RB15 range for me right now. He's like somewhere, I think he can sneak into the top 12. He's just got to continue this and get some of the passing game work that we talked about, but that's about where he's going for me. Oh, here we go. It's Mark Rippon's nephew, former Washington Red blank, Super Bowl QB, so pronounced Rippon. That's what I thought.
I appreciate you starring out.
Thank you, Braden. Yeah, exactly. As you say it. Red Silver Rapture. I need a good boom play. Wandale, Curtis Samuel, or Mooney. I'm going Wandale if you need the boom. Here comes.
I don't know. I'm opposite of you. Samuel is one of your sits this week.
Yeah, Samuel. Have you seen Samuel's production lately? And then you're trying to tell me I can't start Terry, so I need to start Curtis Samuel.
I like Samuel more than Terry this week, I think.
Because, dude, Taylor Heineke is a little bit of a baller, dude. I don't know if you remember how much he ripped it last year, but he was actually pretty decent. And these Packers played against that same Heineke-led team, and he ripped it. I keep wanting to say rip it because of Rippian.
Yeah, Jari is going to be on. Does he follow the main wide receiver?
No, well, he hasn't. They didn't have him do it on Jefferson, so I don't know if they'll do it here. But yeah, Jair is not a typical shadow corner, but he can be. We've used it before. I don't know if I care.
Yeah. The thing about all three of these players is all three of them give you a goose egg this week. And then all three of them can give you like 20
Well, Wandale is the only one of these. Well, maybe Mooney. Wandale and Mooney are at least their number one option, most likely, for their team, if we're looking at it like through that. So that's where I'm going. I'm going Wandale. I think the upside's there. The offense is playing better, in my opinion.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think personally, I would roll a 4-sided dice and just assign a player to each
three
number.
Players.
Yeah, and then assign 4. 4 is re-roll. I don't know.
Yeah. There you go. Mr. Ed, Sup Whisper Nation. I need a flex starter between Brandon Cooks, Jamal Williams, or AJ Dillon in full point PPR. Full point PPR makes me want to go Jamal Williams or Brandon Cooks a little bit. What do you think?
I like all these starts this week, honestly. I don't know. I kind of like the Quadzilla that touchdown potential too.
I just feel like with Cooks, volumes there, and you could get that floor. And then if he could score here, you'd be like, if you're wanting the score out of either of the other two, you might as well go with Cooks because I think he's going to get a little bit more.
Yeah.
Elliot Means asking if you still trust Taylor. Is this Taylor Heineke or Jonathan Taylor? If we're talking about Jonathan Taylor, the reports this morning were Frank Reich said he's electric, he's ready to go. Remember, he pulled himself out of last week to basically say he wanted one more week. So I think you're definitely trusting Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Gallup, Dillon, Hunt. I guess we're probably starting one out of these.
I kind of like Hunt.
Yeah.
Against Baltimore. They
probably need to score a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. At least I'm trusting him over Dillon, who's kind of played the second fill at a worse rate here,
Yeah.
Mike Evans or Jalen Waddle in PPR, my wide receiver 2 with Debo at wide receiver 1. Flex is filled with Eckler. Will Waddle play? You know what? I'd just play Mike Evans here. I think because, well, it's tough too because Tampa Bay is probably going to blow out the Panthers. So do they get that way by getting there with Evans?
Gets the first 2 touchdowns, then they bench him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
They're both great plays. I think, I don't know, Waddle
because of Waddle's situation, I think I might play Evans just to be safe. Yeah. I haven't heard anything out of. Yeah, he's questionable. He had limiteds all week with the shoulder. He injured the shoulder late in that game, which is why it was a little scary too, but he came back for the 2-minute drill. So I kind of think he's fine, but
It's a Sunday night game too, so that scares me. Yeah, I'll just rock with Evans. You don't want to bench Evans for Waddle, and then Waddle's out, and then what's your option?
All right. What up, crew? What's up, Hero? He says, I need a big flex day. CH or Pacheco? I happen to have both. So I have a situation where I have Pacheco and CH in a PPR league. I went with Pacheco because if he's getting the start, we know that he's like getting, the excitement's been there the whole time. They saw something and they want to start rolling him out there. I would go with him. I think the upside's with him this week. I mean, which guy's more likely to hit a home run? It's definitely Pacheco. Like CH has been dragged down from every long run that he's had. Yeah. I love CH, man.
Pacheco is starting. So I agree. Everything you said.
Chad Doak, would Donta Foreman be a good pickup? I have Mostert, CH, and James Conner. Not real fat. Foreman is fine as a stash. I wouldn't drop any of these guys for him. But I think if you want to stash another running back because you're feeling thin at running back, that's fine. It just depends on who you're going to drop for Foreman because now Chuba Hubbard named the starter, and this team runs I think it's a historically low in plays ran, and they're going to now split those carries. So with Chuba being named the starter, remember that Matt Rule was the coach that was like, let's go get Foreman as the backup, and now we've got a different guy in there running it. So could be some of the issue there. So. Yeah, I would try to pick up some other guys other than Foreman, but if he's available, he's not bad. I mean, maybe Chuba gets hurt this game.
I kind of like what's that rookie on the Panthers?
Blackshear.
Yeah, I kind of like him.
Yeah, he's another stash. Really?
I think I would just because they're a play for the first overall pick play right now. They're not trying, So why not see what this guy has?
Yeah, that's true. I think I'd rather not have any of them, to be honest with
you. Same. Yeah.
Mr. Ed, would you sit Sutton for Wan'Dale Robinson or Curtis Samuel? Man, that is rough. I don't think I could do that.
I would.
Oh, my God. The belief in Sauce Gardner is real. He says, I'm
Sauce Gardner.
Brett Rippin. All right, which one would you sit him for? I don't think I can get there with you, but talk us through it here.
Get there with you. Well, if I listen to you this whole time, Wan'Dale excites me a lot. Number one option. Hoping he's what Tony would be. Yeah. I'm excited for Samuel this week. I think Heineke is going to be scared and throw shorter passes fast to the fast guys. So I think Samuel has potential for Yak this game. I would just sit him for Wan'Dale. Fuck it. Just sit him. Do it.
Fuck it. He says, let's go,
join
dude.
Join the Discord and at me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, wow. He wants Wan'Dale over Sutton. We got to get him on tape here. Scott coming in. Fantasy football advice of the year: do not try to play in 50 leagues. Yeah,
bro. Every offseason, you're like,
I'm in. I gotta understand, Scott. Do you have any kind of like programming or like something you do? Any kind of system to try and Excel? He's just sitting there like, do not talk to me for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Every day he has like 2 hours side. Yeah.
Mr. Ed says half point PPR: Josh Reynolds, Robert Woods, or Tyler Boyd.
I go Reynolds and Boyd.
I love Robert. I love Robert Woods this week. No Burks, no Phillips. I imagine the Colts are. My only concern about Woods is going up against Gilmore.
Yeah, that's why.
That's the only. But Boyd is like especially when you have Hurst and Higgins active, Boyd is kind of like non-existent. So I'd go with Woods in volume because maybe he does get blanketed, but maybe they move him around, put him in the slot a little bit. He moves out, he gets some work. I mean, they're going to keep going to Woods. They have to. Boyd is a guy who could disappear.
Yeah,
but I like Josh Reynolds, so it would probably be Josh Reynolds, then Woods, then Boyd for me. In the order that you have it right there. Wish me luck, Jersey J says that I go 7-0 in my big money league. I'm not leaving until I get it because I need it. Good luck, Jersey J. I am also trying to go 7-0 in the listener league. So wish me luck, Donnie, because I want to keep getting 7-0. So
no,
Donnie, wish me luck. I'm not leaving until you say
I'm right behind you, man.
I know, dude.
I'm nipping out those heels.
I'm glad that Damian Harris came back, so my trade doesn't look as bad right now.
Yeah.
What no answer? We didn't give you a no answer. We told you we'd start Allen and Pacheco.
Yeah,
find a way to drop Gage for
Pacheco.
somebody that starts at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
We answered you.
Damn, Scott.
We
coming at us.
think Allen is going to play, though, based on what we've read. So, Spective_cat. Start Josh Reynolds, Jeff Wilson, or Drake London. A lot of Josh Reynolds this week. This is where I would go Drake London. I know that he's seen some bad situations, but the upside is really there for him in any game because he's been really good. But that's where I go with. Silver Raptor says he's got Wandale in. Thanks, man. Wandale. Let's go get it. Sebastian, Bateman or ETN full point PPR this week?
Bang the table for ETN again.
ETN, baby. That's what we're doing. We've been saying it all day. We've got Michael Alexander Bekele. Hope I didn't botch your last name. Morning, y'all. Can you help me? Bekele. I don't know. We're just going to screw his name up. Morning, y'all. Can you help me with my last start? I also have Samuel. I can start Hunt, Boyd, Algier, and Edward. I'm fucked. I don't know if you're fucked here. Let's figure it out. Yeah, I'd go with Hunt. 100%. Yeah, I think that's good. Bateman or Jacoby Myers? Ooh, this is actually a pretty tough one. I think the matchup against the Bears is actually pretty tough. We're going to get Mac Jones back, is what was announced this morning. Does that swing it for Jacoby for you, or would you go Bateman?
The beta Mac Jones or the alpha Zappy? I don't know, man. I don't know.
The beta Bateman or the alpha Jacoby? I think I would go. Oh, this is tough.
Do you want to wait one more week to see if Bateman's healthy, or do you want to?
I think so. I think I'd go with Jacoby because he's kind of been a good average for targets and yardage, so I think he's a safe play. Bateman could blow up on your bench, though, Nash. Like that, you have to be ready for that. So if you need upside, if you're projected to lose by, let's say, 15 or more, 20 or more, I'm going with Bateman. But if you're right there with him, then I'd go with Jacoby. So we got the Panthers quarterbacks. The announcement is, though neither Panthers quarterback Baker or Darnold are playing today, both will have a chance to return Sunday. For the quarterback competition of the year, Sam Darnold versus Baker, who's going to lead this sinking ship?
Man, I took down my OU jersey just because I'm a little disappointed in
Baker.
You
should be. Tone says stash Rashad White or Pacheco. Both.
Can you stash both?
You need to get both. If you can't stash both, I'm going with Pacheco because he's the one who's been named the starter, and Rashad White still has to deal with a very durable back in front of him.
I like that, but I would still really, really try to stash both because they both really excite me late season. I think they both have potential to win you playoff games.
Yeah, they're definitely like a league winner type, the archetype there. So you want them both. Joe Villa says, what QB would you stream Slick Pickens? You got Danny Dimes, Mac Jones, Tannehill, Brissett. I have Njoku. Mills, Pickett, Fields, 12-man PPR. I honestly think Danny Dimes here. He's been rushing more. I think he's got a decent floor. And they're playing again. Who are they playing against?
That's what I'm trying to look right now. My screen's frozen.
The Giants are playing against the Jaguars. So I think it's a decent.
Giants.
I think it's a decent play here. We've got a big announcement though here. Mr. Ed coming in with a big thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate that, Ed. And of course, as always, we got to hit you with a whisper. Woo!
My voice almost cracked. Woo.
Woo. Mr. Ed, appreciate you so much, man. That's huge. Thank you. So let's see. Where were we at here? Stash Rashad White. So I'm going to go with, I don't know what you think about that. Danny Dimes over all the other guys. Tannehill's interesting too. He's had a little bit of juice. They're going against the Colts, but I think I like Danny Dimes here.
Danny Dimes. Fields excites me a little bit. That defense has been tough though. I don't know. Has Danny been running?
Yeah, I think so. Even with the ankle. Let me see.
Okay. If he's running and he's healthy, 100% Danny.
Well, he didn't run last week, but even the week before, he ran for 37 yards. He's had 17 or more PPR or 15 or more points in 5 of 6 games in a 6-point QB touchdown league. So I think that's a decent. Yeah, I think it's a decent play this week.
I like it. And
they're not favorites. Like the Jags are favorite. I don't know how.
If you want an adrenaline rush, though, start Field for Monday night. Or are they Monday night? Start Field for Monday night. You're going to be down 24 points.
You know how this goes, though, with Belichick against
Dude,
rushing
I know.
quarterbacks,
It's gonna be rough,
young rushing quarterbacks. That's not good.
but it could happen. But he threw finally.
I'd rather deal with Danny Dimes picks and fumbles than I would with Justin Fields against Belichick.
I agree. Don't go for the adrenaline rush, but if you
They're
really
both
want,
going to be an adrenaline. Anybody you start this week is going to be an adrenaline rush. Joe Villa saying, "I hate you, Swift. Should have never watched Hard Knocks. He'll be back. Don't worry.
I like that.
He'll be back.
Should have never watched. Yeah.
Yeah. Pacheco takeover. It's happening.
If you watched Hard Knocks though, and you drafted Amon-Ra St.
Here we go.
Brown.
This is the question. This might. We've answered ETN all day. Jamal Williams or ETN?
Still banging the table.
ETN. I think the upside's better. I'm going to go Jamal with the floor. But this is and as he says, this is a meaty question. Jamal Williams is the one I'd go with personally. Donnie likes the upside of ETN. We've got about 8 minutes left. We're going to try and get through all these questions for y'all. Brock Goose. Fellas, you dropping Rachaad White for a defense? I'm 4-2 against a lesser team who's got a bye week. Eagles starting. I mean, if he's not starting a defense, you might as well not start one and see if you can win and then keep on to Rachaad White. Unless you're saying you've got the I would keep Rachaad White.
Yeah, I would not drop him.
Chad Doak says Ayuk, Wandale, or Mooney. I'm a Giants fan, so I was thinking of taking a chance. Look, I'm not going to talk you out of having some fun here and rolling with Wandale, but Ayuk is in a great spot this week. I have Ayuk as a start going up against the Chiefs. They're going to need him. So for me, I'd personally go Ayuk, but Wandale's got some juice. Jersey J says, getting no luck from you, Donnie. Come on.
Hey, man, I shook my head. I just want some of that money.
We want you to say good luck, dude.
Good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck from the bottom of my heart. I hope you lose.
I'm not afraid of the Kraken. As Jersey J tells you every time, the Kraken dies at the end. So what do you like? You can't. It's not a good one. Go Jags. Phone's ticking down. Have fun at the game today, Scott. Appreciate you. Cheddarhead says Deontay Johnson, Alec Pierce, Amari Cooper, Damian Harris. Full point PPR got to start any two. So I like Amari Cooper, and I think I like Alec Pierce. Those would be my two, Donnie. I don't know how you feel about that in PPR.
I like it. Definitely Amari Cooper was my initial thought, and I was debating in my head between Deontay and Alec.
Deontay is hard to start right now.
With Pickett starting, I don't really trust him. Yeah, I'm rolling with it. We were big on not starting, like even picking up Pierce in the offseason. His
really come
on. His speed and his size looked great, but he didn't really have the production in college, and he changed positions. I
think it's like necessity right now. They just have to have him working, and it worked out, man. Last you get a big touchdown, so they should have to throw again more. I think in this one too. Jokers. Oh shit, skipped you, Ryan. Sorry. All right, we're gonna go a little rapid fire here. 5 minutes left. Pick one for my flex half point PPR. Juju, London, Brian Robinson. I'm gonna go London here. This is my tough matchup there for Juju. The Joker says Dave Montgomery, Ramondre Stevenson, Jamal Williams, Jeff Wilson. Pick 2 full point PPR. Oh, I would go Stevenson and Jamal. I know Monty. They were talking about using the hot hand this week. Did you see that? The coach is saying we're going to start using the hot hand with Herbert and Montgomery after Herbert's big.
I know. When coaches say that, man.
So I'm going to go Ramondre and Jamal. I think those are the two I'm going with. Joe Villa says, thanks, liked and subscribed. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Appreciate you. Welcome to Whisper Nation,
join the Discord, join the Twitter if you want. Tons of information in there, tons of content.
CH is not starting today, Chad. They just got the update that Pacheco will get the start. They've got their bye next week, so they could really start to phase CH out of this and really hand the keys over to Pacheco. So be on the lookout if he's available. I doubt he is, but go scoop him up now. Let's see here. Joe Villa, welcome. These guys are great. They saved me many times. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Gus Edwards was the first team running back for the Ravens in warm-ups.
Yeah, Gus Bus, baby. Do I start him?
Drake anywhere. Would you start him over Pacheco? No, right?
No, but I do have a.
Well, let me ask you this: would you start him? I have him in Dynasty. We'll answer a few questions before we sign off here for us. I'm looking at playing Hayden Hurst in the flex. Would you go with Gus instead?
Over Hayden Hurst?
Yeah.
Yeah, upside.
Half
Yeah,
point
I think I would.
Okay.
I think I would.
I'm going to do that as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me see. I have another.
I don't know if I have any. I'm like slim pickings in most of my
Jersey
leagues.
J dropped Gus Edwards yesterday, and now I can't pick him up because it won't clear till Monday. Jersey
God
J,
damn
man.
it, Jersey.
He waited the whole time till he was done being injured.
Yeah, I saw you guys.
Yeah, he was like,
my phone was on my lap when I'm doing work for PFF all day last week, and all of a sudden for like 30 minutes, my phone's just buzzing like nonstop, and I look down for a minute, and it's you guys talking.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was able to pick him up though. Okay, what about? So I've got Wandale in the flex. Would you go Gus Edwards? Would you go Pacheco or Wandale? PPR. I'm gonna go Pacheco. I think.
Yeah, I think Pacheco. You've been.
I've been talking into.
You talked me into Wandale this morning.
I know,
I've been reading him in my phone.
I just got to see it, and I've at least seen Pacheco be good.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Ready for this? 20-man Dynasty League. Choose two. Tyler Conklin, Kylan Granson, or Mike Boone.
Conklin, Granson, or Mike Boone. I'll tell you what, man. This sounds gross, but I might go Mike Boone.
Yeah? Over Conklin or over Granson?
Maybe I go Conklin. This is gross all the way around.
It's a gross league.
There's like no way
I don't recommend 20-man Dynasty.
Yeah. I don't even know, dude. I can't even. I'd be like, oh, well, I think that because of the limited ability of Rippin, they're going to then use all the backs, right? They're just going to run the fuck out of the ball. They're going to throw it to the backs. That's why I like Boone. The Conklin and Indy thing, like Granson is like splitting time with everybody. The two big tight ends, right? Like splitting time there. So that scares me. Conklin should be the starter, but they brought somebody got healthy for them, and he hasn't done well since then.
Uzoma.
So I think I'd actually. It's like, do you want the third tight end or do you want the third running back? So I think I'm going to go the running back, just as like maybe I think it's a Gordon game, and then Murray would mix in after, but who knows?
I like it.
I think
lock it in.
Let me see. League of Record. We've talked about this through text a little bit, but Swift is out. So in my flex, I can play Claypool, I can play Mooney, I can play Latavius Murray, or I could play Garrett Wilson. I think I like Claypool. It's a good matchup. They're going to have to throw in that game. The corners for Miami are good on the outside, but Claypool been playing in the slot, right? So I think he could actually be the beneficiary. The problem is his two big games have come with Freiermuth out, and now Freiermuth is back. So they're going to be running routes in the same area of the field. So do I take that, or do I go upside of Garrett Wilson, even though because Elijah Moore's out?
Yeah.
So is Corey Davis going to be on Surtain, or is Garrett Wilson going to be on Surtain? Because remember last week, Josh Palmer saw 12 targets when Surtain was locking up Mike Williams.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's rough. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Claypool.
Using Claypool seems a little bit to me like you're chasing the points, but it shouldn't, because there are versing the Miami defense who has been allowing points to the wide receiver. The Freiermuth thing scares me. I think I'd still go Claypool.
Yeah. I think Wilson's whole deal is like, could we just see a nasty under game out of that game today where it's just like defense and running? Because both those teams have great defenses, and I just don't know how many points are available there. Joe saying Williams got Surtain. That's my issue though, because where are they going to put Wilson? Like, is Wilson their one, or is Corey Davis has been their one, right? So that's why I think like Corey Davis gets Surtained, and then we see Garrett Wilson kind of go.
I can see that. Roll a dice. You want me to get my dice?
Yeah. Maybe if you have the coin. Oh, here we go. You got the magic 8 ball.
There we go. Do you start Garrett Wilson?
I cannot predict now.
Bitch.
Okay, how about do I start Chase Claypool? Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
Okay. Claypool is the start here. Fuck, I don't like that. Let's see. Kenyon Drake or Damian Harris. Before we sign off, we're going to answer these few and then we'll get out of here, okay? Kenyon Drake or Damian Harris PPR, Super CNB Challengers.
I don't know, man. You're saying Gus Bus getting first team.
I know, Gus first team reps. I might go Harris here in a time split.
Yeah.
I like Njoku over Everett and Higbee rest of season. I would agree with that. Isn't Njoku a top 5? Yeah, I like Njoku. Goddard and Hawkinson and those guys are all going to kind of compete in that middle frame. But yeah,
definitely
I think
top
Njoku,
10, top 5,
top 6. I think is probably where he'll be. Stro tonight. What's up, gents? Gallup, Deontay Johnson, or Hines on the flex and PPR? I love Gallup this week. I'd be smashing Gallup.
I like it.
Bateman or McLaurin in PPR? I'm going McLaurin, baby. I love it. It's a start this
man.
I know Donnie hates it.
I don't hate it. I love Terry. That Alexander scares me, man. That defense against number 1 wide receivers scares me. Bateman's injury, though, I'd roll start of the week McLaurin.
Yeah, there we go. Calvin G. Brown says, can I just get an 8th of that 8 ball? Bateman, Boyd, or Zay Jones in PPR? This is where I'd go Bateman. This is where I'd be in on Bateman. I think you got some upside there to play him. All right, guys, we're going to be back with you tomorrow night for the Monday Night Live stream. Donnie, any last words for Whisper Nation here as we head into week 7?
Oh, man. Yeah, set those lineups. Make sure your flexes are in the correct place. Don't have your Monday night questionables in your starting wide receiver spot.
Yes.
Look at everything. Join the Discord. Talk shit to us. Ask questions. We're always on there. Add us. Follow Twitter. We're putting out content every week. Travis busting out these threads. I'm helping him find information for the threads. He's doing work over there with who are you working with for the start sits?
Club Fantasy FFL. So we've got
every Friday. He's sending out a wonderful article. There's so much information on all the platforms. Make sure you join. Don't miss out.
Good luck. Have fun today. Try and enjoy it. Get out there, touch some grass. Don't just be stuck in the house if you can help it. But have a great football Sunday. We love you, Whisper Nation, and we will see you tomorrow night. Peace.
Right here.
Look at you go. You made it to the end of another one of our videos. Hey, if you still have some questions, I totally understand. Or you just want to join an awesome fantasy football community, head on over to our Discord chat. Link is in the description.